12 days of Beardsmas 2023. Today is day number 11. Wild that we are almost done with this series. I know it's bittersweet, but I will put this down right now. My goal officially for 2024 is to sprinkle in some more history into my videos and somehow, some way relate them to facial hair. I don't know if it's like this or I'm going to do something different. And really because I'm just enjoying this series a lot this year. I don't know if it's because I've been away from teaching for like 18 months, like traditional, right, public school teaching. I just really like it. And from the sounds of the comments, it sounds like you guys enjoy it. So I'm not sure how I'm going to go about this, but if that sounds like a good idea to you guys and you're someone out there that's like, I don't need just comments to make me feel good, but if you're someone out there that's listening, you're like, yes, I need more history, Dan, please put that in a comment. That'll give me kind of feedback or fuel or inspiration, but I think I'm going to find a way to make it happen this year. But today, oh, and if you think that sounds good, thumbs up, like button real quick on this video so we can get into today, which is going to talk about Beard Octane one more time. We're going to do a Beard Octane giveaway one more time, and we're going to jump into a facial hair figure history lesson of the day. Right, meow. Let's get into it. We're going to go over Jeff Skunk Baxter. Now you see that unique facial hair, right, running down here, kind of some hippie vibes with the head hair and where he was growing up. Now many of you have heard of this music legend, but I have a feeling there's some things that are just going to blow your mind and you're going to have no idea that this man was so complex and so deep. So you know him as a rock and roll Hall of Fame inductee, right? He is literally in the Hall of Fame for rock and roll. He was with Steely Dan as a founding member. He was with the Doobie Brothers on their most popular album ever. Absolute legend, but let's take it back from the start and kind of work our way through, right? We know how history works. And this really begins when he decides he wants to go into politics. That didn't quite work out. So he gets a job in Manhattan and he works at a music shop where he becomes friends with a young and up-and-coming Jimi Hendrix. This really sparks his desire to play guitar, to learn music, and to dive into this industry, so much so that he moved from Manhattan, New York, all the way out to LA, and that is where he was a founding member of Steely Dan. Wild success. They go on tour. He's living the life, loving music, just ripping with the guitar. They retire the band from touring. There wasn't like a bad breakup. If you guys look online, everything's like, why did he leave them? Why did they break up? They just retired from touring. So then he joins the Doobie Brothers, crushes it. He's well known as the greatest guitarist for hire in history. You could hire him, he'd come over to a session, just tear it up, just rip that guitar apart and leave and just get his check and leave you with this like epic guitar on your sound. Really, really cool. Goes with the Doobie Brothers, crushes it on the albums, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, amazing. That's cool. But it wasn't like my era of music. I don't know a whole lot about that. But one thing where it turns where I'm like, this guy has to be on 12 Days of Beardsmas. This guy is unbelievably interesting. He was very smart. Very, very, very smart. And by the way, I don't know if this lends itself to the smart talk. There's like a hidden secret of how he got his nickname Skunk, right? You guys can probably get some guesses out there. Well, apparently stories are starting to leak, even though we can't confirm them. And the main story seems to be true. And then the outer details, we don't know exactly what is true and what's not. But the main story is he was locked out of a studio session. So he was outside of the studio. Somebody opened the door to be in his line of sight, in his line of fire, to witness something calling him a skunk. Now, some may believe it has to do with, I don't know, something he was consuming and then releasing, right? You can use your creativity there. But the leading story is actually he was locked out of this studio. He couldn't get in. He may have had to use his exit from nature, if you know what I mean. Some say he dropped a deuce right out the side of the studio door. Somebody opened it and said, "You skunk, you," and just kept repeating, "You skunk, you skunk." Now, I can't verify that, but it is looking like that very well could be the truth and the reason why they never disclosed why it was his nickname. Wow, that is such a cool story. But I promise you, he's very, very intelligent. So essentially, he really wants to dive into the technology side of music. He wants to learn about digital music and the systems for making albums and all this stuff. And of course, if you dive into that, you're finding other rabbit holes to go down. And logically, he dives into massive algorithms and mass storage. because you know we all have to get into algorithms and storage at some point in our life. Well, as he gets into this, he's learning about all these like applications of systems and how many different areas they're used in and where they could be used in more in the future. Well, he strikes up a conversation with a neighbor friend of his who ends up being an engineer at the Pentagon. So he gets his brain going. He's like, I wonder what this guy does. He looks into it, and Baxter, Skunk himself, writes a 5-page paper, report, suggestion to this Pentagon engineer about how they could take their missile defense system, how they could take their aircraft defense system, which was from a ship, right? They had this ship technology. If there was an aircraft, they could shoot it down and protect the ship. And he said, I can use that technology to develop the U.S. anti-missile defense. And he was right. He presented it to the Pentagon. Immediately, they hired him as a consultant, and they kept him on pretty much for the duration of his working career. And still, I don't even know till this day, he possibly could be. But the amazing thing was, it wasn't just like a celebrity name, right? You've seen like Shaq as like a sheriff before. It's like, okay, that's a publicity stunt. He was unbelievably valuable, not only to the music world, but to the defense of our country. He was an actual expert in protecting people, especially in the United States. Wow. And it was not just for show. What he had was, number one, he was interested. That's so valuable. He wasn't forced into a career. He wasn't like, oh, I got to go to work. He was interested. He was very intelligent. And then number three, I believe the most important trait that made him successful, he was outside the box. He was not traditionally educated. He was not classically trained in any of these things, so he could have a fresh perspective. I'm big on fresh perspectives. I see things and I'm like, we've been doing that the same way for way too long and it's broke. We need to fix it. How do you fix it? You get somebody in there that can just shake up the whole system. That was Skunk Baxter. Now, my favorite story about what he's done, because he did so many things through many different wars, is this is now the Gulf War. And we are kind of going at it, the United States and Saudi Arabia. He comes up with an idea and actually develops a bacteria that eats oil. If you add oil, or you add this bacteria to oil, it disintegrates it and eats it and makes it renderless and has no value. Well, when this is shown to Saudi Arabia, they pumped the brakes on the aggression towards the United States. They said, oh, you can put just this little bacteria in our oil and it's going to destroy all of our riches? Okay, got you. And it literally changed the course of the Gulf War. This is from the founding member of Steely Dan and the guitarist with the Doobie Brothers. How can this be real? How is this the same person, the same timeline, and he rocks some facial hair? Now, I could go on and on and on about the Skunk. This guy is genuinely one of the most double-sided humans in a positive way that I have ever seen, and it makes me feel less intelligent just learning how smart this guy is. Unbelievable, unbelievable. All right, on to another intelligent person, and that is the owner of Beard Octane, Joe. This dude is a beast. He also protects and serves the country. He has been in law enforcement full-time for a long time now, all while building this company on his property, doing it the right way. DanC10 is your forever affiliate discount code with Beard Octane. I literally also recommend everything that they make. Genuinely love their products, you guys. This is a company that just loves giving back, that just loves doing it the right way. And there's so many things. One thing I want to talk about today is their LCW beard wash. This is a nice, daily, gentle beard wash. A crazy, some would call it, as the kids say, stupid lather. Where you put this thing on, a little bit goes a long way. Boom! It's an explosion of suds on your face, and it's going to clean in a great way. Easily my most used beard wash in the history of my beard. It is wonderful. On top of this, they got the beard oil, the beard butter, the beard balm, the beard everything you possibly need. You want stripping? Okay, they have a bar soap. You don't want the liquid, you want it in bar form? They have a beard wash bar, which is not a soap. It is just like a dehydrated beard wash. They've got samples. They've got this giveaway that we're going to do today. But for real, give Beard Octane a shot if you have not. If you've not tried a light viscosity oil, give it a go. If you haven't found that perfect beard wash, give their LCW a look and just browse their website. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me. I've been working with this company and using their products for more than 5.5 years now. Literally, pretty amazing. Over to the giveaway, guys. The last one available, I believe, in human existence. The Beard Octane 12 Days of Beardsmas box. It's got all the scents on here. It's got all the oils on the inside. One of you are going to win this tomorrow. I can't give it to you today, but tomorrow. And that is going to be by doing 3 things. Sign up with the Gleam link in the description. It's under my link tree. You probably already have. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much. And leave a positive comment down below. Talk about somebody who deserves to be talked about in a positive way. Whether it's something that happened immediately recently, maybe it was long term, maybe it's something that's just been on your chest. You're like, you know what? I haven't told my parents that I love them recently. I need to get that out there into the universe. I think this is the chance to do it. Put something kind about someone or something else in the comments. And I am serious on this. People might call that corny. They might call that cheesy. That's okay. I don't care what they call it. I would love to see a positive comment from you guys down below. You'd be shocked at how much you can get out of putting positivity out in the world. Just something to think about. Thank you guys for watching today. Dan C. Bearded. Please stay bearded and stay positive.